Hi, I'm Kevin Kelly, and I'm here to show you how to play the Big Grid on this year's Super Cruise. Now, the Big Grid looks awfully complicated if you've never seen it in action, and it can be, but we're going to make it very easy for you to understand. First, I'm going to go over the rules of how to play the Big Grid. So, prizes are based on a 576 square Big Grid. Squares are assigned by random drawing, and all cabins booked on the Super Cruise receive a square on the Big Grid. The Big Grid covers all the scoring possibilities from 0 to 72, but if the score should exceed 72, 71 will be subtracted from the actual score. Example, 77 to 21. 71 would be subtracted from 77, making the final score winner 6 to 21. Winners will have exact scores. Each square on the Big Grid has 9 scoring combinations. The score after the extra point conversion is used for our prizes. The tied score if we have a tied score at the end of the fourth quarter, $30,000 prize will be split evenly, $15,000 to the tied scored square and $15,000 to the final overtime score. And we also have $16,000 in super touches. These are 16 $1,000 prizes which will be awarded to the 4 squares that are touching the winning first quarter, halftime, third quarter, and final score squares. These are the actual scores, not the reverse score. Super Cruise reserves the right to change the size of the Big Grid based on the number of group participants. During the past 26 Super Cruises, a 576 square Big Grid was used the majority of the time, and we're right on track to have 576 rooms booked on this year's Super Cruise. So let's show you the Big Grid. I cut out just the corner of the Big Grid, and just for this example, instead of showing the whole Big Grid. And if you look at the top there, you'll see these scoring clusters, and you'll see 0, 3, 6, 7. And why are those different from the numbers below? Well, you get all 3 numbers in those blocks. And now 0, 3, 6, 7, 9, those are the most commonly scored scores in an NFL game. And then the numbers underneath are not as common. So let me give you an example here. First, I'm going to show you how we would fill the Big Grid. So we select the rooms by random drawing, and then the squares are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we would put the room numbers by random drawing in each square. So square number 1 would have cabin 5067, square 2 would have 7311, square 3 would have 2314, and then we would fill up the entire grid by random drawing. Okay, so let's take a look at if you had square 70. So if you had square 70, your scoring combinations would be, for the NFC, you would have the score 7, 37, and 57. For the AFC, you would have the scores 17, 25, and 51. So here's your scoring combinations for the game. If the score was NFC 7, AFC 17, you're a winner. NFC 7, 25 for AFC, you're a winner. So as you can see, these are your 9 scoring combinations from the Big Grid. All right, so let's move along. So at halftime, if it was NFC 7, AFC 17, you'd be the winner. All right, so let's give an example of the Big Grid in action. The score 0-0 starts the Big Grid. So we would mark square 0-0, which is number 1 in our example here. Of course, those scores are randomly drawn as well, so they'll be randomly selected. So they'll be moved around. They won't be in a neat order of 0, 3, 6, 7, 9. They'll be scrambled as well. So we scramble those as well. But for this example, we're going to leave it easy. So square number 1 has the score 0-0. So now we had the AFC scores a touchdown, it goes to 7-0. That's square number 4. So if you're in square number 4, you're sitting on the score right now. All right. Then it goes, a field goal goes to the NFC, and it goes 7-3. So that's square number 24. Then we have another field goal by the AFC, and the score is 10-3 at the end of the first quarter. So square number 26 would be the winning square for the first quarter. Squares 6, 25, 27, and 46 would each win $1,000 as a touch. Square number 26 wins the $2,000 first quarter prize. And then the reverse score goes to square 102 because we reverse the score, it's 3-10. So that's how the scoring works, and that's how you determine the winning quarters and the final score on board the Super Cruise with the Big Grid. So let's give you an example. If a winning score for a quarter or the final score were at the end of a row, you would use the number above as a touch, the number to the side as a touch, the number below as the touch, and then go back to the first square in the row for the other touch. If we had it in the corner, you could see that we would use above next to it, the top of the row, or beginning of the row, and the top of the column as the touches. And the Big Grid prizes that are paid out are $2,000 for the actual first quarter score, $1,000 for the reverse score. Halftime we have $4,000, then $2,000. Now it's getting exciting on the cruise. We go to $6,000 for the third quarter. Reverse score for the third quarter, $3,000. Then we have the reverse score for the final of $10,000. And then what I love to say on the Super Cruise, please welcome the winning square of $30,000. Yes, somebody's going to win $30,000 on the Super Cruise, and it is exciting. So maybe it'll be you. We hope so. Again, we're going to have $16,000 in super touches. So even if your square doesn't win and it touches up against a winner, you have a shot at $1,000. And we have $5,000 that we call the gut punch. That's those people that had a score in the game but didn't win a quarter. So there's a little something there for you as you split in the $5,000 Been There pool. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the Super Cruise. We have a great cruise planned this year with a lot of new and old friends, and it's going to be great. So again, I'm Kevin Kelly, and I look forward to welcoming you on this year's Super Cruise.